I think first and foremost, I would like to wish all my beloved Mirians happy 20th anniversary. And let me begin with how the concept of Miri City come about. It was more than 20 years ago, and when I was then working together with Dato Tan Sri Dr. George Chan, I suggested to Dato Tan Sri Dr. George Chan, why not we come up with a vision for Miri, and we call it Vision 2005. That is to develop Miri into a resort city. At that time, we were looking at the potentials of Miri City. We can either be an industrial city because we have an oil and gas industry here since 1910, or we can also become a tourism city because we have all the tourism products in Miri as well. We have the sea, we have the UNESCO heritage site, Taman Mulu, and also the Near National Park. We have the Lambe National Park. We have Logan Bernard. Then, after some deliberation, we decided to choose Miri as a resort city. But then come the question, what are the criteria of a resort city? How do you achieve the status? So we need to meet certain criteria. We need to have a population of at least 300,000. We need to have a university, institution of higher learning. We also need to have a museum. Then, with all these criteria in mind, so we start working on that. So our plan was then giving ourselves 15 years to achieve that status, to elevate Miri from a town to a city status. One of the problems we faced at that time, the social problem, was big number of squatters. So we have to resettle these squatters. Canadian Hill, where the museum is, where number one is, the whole Canadian Hill, there were all squatters there. I think there are more than 800 squatters. So the first thing we have to do is to resettle all the squatters. Okay? And to resettle them, we have to look for a site, a proper place for them, and to provide some very basic infrastructure to move them there. So apart from Canadian Hill, we also have a lot of squatters near the Miri riverbank. So that was the first thing we had to do, to resettle all the squatters. We have developed the whole area. Now, altogether 6 phases. So there are about 6,000 squatters that have all been resettled there. So that's one of the hardest things we have to do, to convince the squatters to resettle them. That was not easy. We managed it, thank God. They willingly moved there. When we provide them the land, of course we give them the land there, and we bring all the infrastructure, roads, water, electricity. But it took a lot of effort to convince them. You know what actually we did? Because they were saying that we don't understand the problem. So we stay in the squatter house with them. We sleep in the house with them together. And tell them, yeah, we know. That's why we want to move you to a better place. This condition is just unhealthy, It's not a place for you to live. We will resettle you the place, proper place, give you a lot. You can build your own house there. The government will bring in the infrastructure, water, electricity, roads, and we will also even build a school there, and I promised that we want to have a clinic there also. A resort city, people come here, they want to relax, they have to have a lot of fresh air. That's why the first thing we did to resettle all the squatters. Then we turned Canadian Hill into the green lung of Miri City. And that time, Shell wanted to give it up and return to the government. So one day I was with the managing director in a plane. We were sitting next to each other. Then I told him, hold on. I said, can we come up with a plan? Not just hand over. I said, you have been occupying the place for a long time. You have to restore the place. So I have an idea. I would like to turn the whole area into an urban park, a green park of Miri City, urban nature park. So Shell was very supportive, and they appointed a consultant from Hong Kong and did a study of the whole area. And also we have got the forestry department to help to look into the flora and fauna that we have in that area. So we come up all the reports. And when I got the reports, then I showed it to the then Chief Minister, Tun Taip, I explained to him that I would like to propose the Piassau Shell camp into an urban nature park. Oh, you were very supportive. Said, we say yes. I said, exactly, because I do not wish to see another concrete jungle here in the middle of the city. So I think we need to more green, more park, because we are a resort city. So then he asked me to bring up to the cabinet meeting. So I brought it up to the cabinet. And the first person I talked to was the late Tok Man. I was doing a bit of lobbying at the time. Yeah. So the late Tok Man was the first to support, very supportive. That was the first agenda we discussed. We had, unanimous support. And then within 3 months, we got the whole Piassau Park gazetted as an urban park. So the next thing we thought that Miri should work towards the future is to make Miri also a smart city. And of course, also with Dr. Dr. George Chan, who is also still the chairman of Science at the time. So we also came up with the idea of having a smart city. And I was already in the Transport Ministry. So on my part, I also contributed the idea of having a smart public transport. Like today, we are riding on a smart bus. That's one of it. And also transport like scavenging trucks. And so you can also track scavenger where they are. And of course, smart traffic lights. So our buses also are installed with all the smart system. You have CCTV, you have a tracking system, and also you have even a digital counter. We will know number of passengers in and out using the bus. So we are working towards that. Now the new airport, we have to focus on using AI. It has to be seamless, like Singapore. You go to Singapore nowadays, you go in, there's no immigration officer there. You just scan your passport. The gate open, and you walk through. That is really seamless.
Very efficient.
Yes, very efficient. Now this is what we need to do to promote seamless travel in the future. And nowadays, tourists, travelers, they want to have as little hassle as possible, as seamless, as smooth as possible, and fast, because of the increasing number of travelers. So that's what we are working on. Then the other thing that we also working on is having this integrated transportation system. This for whole Sarawak, and of course include Miri as well. And when we talk about transportation system, the infrastructure must be in place. We have to build the infrastructure. For example, we want to improve connectivity, road connectivity between Miri to Mulu Cave. The next thing that we come on is what I have proposed is the Greater Miri Plan. And I worked on that plan about 5 years ago. We had a 2-day lab, 2-day, 2 nights lab here in Miri, where we invited all the elected representatives here, our state assemblyman and also our MP, and also all the ministries, departments and agencies. They all come together for the 2-day, 2-night lab, and we came up with our proposed development for Miri. Ensure that Miri City growth is sustainable. So this way we focus on the need for infrastructure development. And of course, when we talk about infrastructure, logistics, port is a very important component of the sustainable development of the city. So I would like to thank our Premier for approving the project in deepening the channel of the Miri Port Kuala Baram. The work is already ongoing. We're going to deepen the channel to 5 meters depth. And we are constructing a bund right out to the sea, 6 kilometers, that's phase 1. And based on the consultant study, Miri Port can be developed into a deep sea port because of the continental shelf. Out there, 10 kilometers out to the sea, there's a drop, 25 meter depth. You don't need any dredging in future. So it is a very good location for a deep sea port, and we can turn that into a commercial port. We can have oil bulking station, like a palm oil bulking station, or shipbuilding industry, and also on tourism, we can have cruise ship coming here. And once we have done the road from Miri to Mulu, the cruise ship The passengers can easily go to Mulu, by bus to Mulu, up to Sungai Malinau, along Terawan. Then from there, they take a short boat ride to the cave, to the Mulu National Park. Because Mulu National Park is a UNESCO heritage site, you cannot have the road too near to there is a buffer zone. So we cannot go beyond the buffer zone. So we have to protect, the status. The other important part for improving connectivity to Miri City is caused by A. So we fought very hard for the Miri Airport Terminal extension. In fact, 2017 was already approved, to extend our Miri Airport Terminal. Unfortunately, because of the change of government, one after another, the plan was shelved. So the present government, the unity government, I brought up the subject matter again. I personally met with the Ministry of Transport Malaysia. And last year, when the Prime Minister paid a visit to Miri, I also appealed to him. I said the airport terminal extension project is long overdue, and our people in Miri have been waiting for it for so long already. So I appealed to the Prime Minister. I said this is very important for Miri because Miri is a tourist city. We need good air connectivity because the present airport terminal capacity only can afford 2 million passengers a year. 2019, it already exceeded the figure, already 2.3 million. So this is the urgent project, and this is good not only for Miri but also for the country because we're able to bring in more tourists to Miri City. So I appealed to him. I said, Ya Ahmad Berhormat, the Prime Minister, if you don't mind, please, if you can announce it tonight, this project, the people of Miri will be very happy and very thankful to you. And that night, he announced immediately the approval of the extension of the Miri terminal. And after that, what I'm most impressed that he followed through. He brought it up, I was told, he brought it to cabinet, and also he brought it up to the parliament in the budget. So the project now, I learned from JKI, is already ongoing. They are going to appoint a consultant doing the design. I've gone through the first meeting with them, and I have put my input on the requirements of Miri Airport. I want to also express my thanks and appreciation to the private sector here in Miri. Actually, quite a number of projects here in Miri are private sector driven. For example, hotels and a big housing area like Permai Jaya, where it was developed by the private sector. Previously, it was just jungle. The private sector that came and developed into housing and commercial area. So today, Permai Jaya is a thriving commercial and housing area. So is Desa Senadin. Also is a development there through a private sector. And also a number of other commercial areas like the marina, the Times Square, all these areas, they are private sector driven development. So I'd like to thank all these private sectors or the big corporations that are having the trust and confidence in Miri and putting the investment here. The plan has been approved by our Sarawak government, so the private sector now is undertaking the project. Kenyalam Smart City, they will include convention center, also museum and theatre, apart from many other commercial buildings like hotel, condominiums. We're also looking at bringing another foreign university campus to be set up here in the Smart City. And this is also through private sector initiative and collaboration with the government to set up the proposed Futan University from China. Futan University is one of the top 4 universities in China. And they're also very well known in the medical field. They're a very well known hospital, they're the Futan Hospital. So we hope that this proposal will materialize soon. So we will have another international university here, which actually focus on the medical discipline. At the present moment, through the initiative of the private sector, the Futan University has already shown great interest and is proceeding well. Hopefully, it will materialize in the near future. So that will be another big development for Miri, because then we will be also having another medical faculty here in Sarawak. That is which will be focusing on what they describe as the new medicine, a combination of Western and Eastern medicine. So, as we can see, there's a lot of potential for the future here in Miri. At the same time, we're also working with the Miri port. We're also working on having a free trade zone at the Kuala Lumpur area. We have a caring community here in Miri. And every time when we have some disasters and so on, people will come forward and help. Irrespective of race or religion, they'll come forward. And that is another very encouraging phenomenon here in Miri. When I first started this project as a community-based project in 1995, that time the funding all come from the community and also from corporate organizations, and plus all the NGOs supported it. So we built the first kidney dialysis center in 1995, and the number of patients have grown over the years, and today we have about 350 patients. We have also built another center in Putrajaya because the present center cannot cope. The capacity is already all filled up. There are no more. So we built up another center at Putrajaya. And that center has already been completed. We have 40 machines there.
In operation?
Already in operation, 40 machines. So we have more than 100 machines. So our Miri Kidney Dialysis Center is the biggest center actually in Sarawak. And this is all through community support. Okay? The cost of operation is very high. Each patient needs to do dialysis 13 times a month. And if they were to go to the private medical centers, it will cost them 3,000 ringgit a month, which most of the patients employed, 90% of the patients cannot afford. So over 90% of the patients at the center, their cost of dialysis are heavily subsidized through public contributions and donations. And for a new center, I would like also to thank our Sarawak government for the contribution. The Sarawak government contributed 2 million ringgit. A center cost more than 10 million ringgit. So there's another example of a caring community, and this is very important in terms of social development. We want to promote a caring society, and that actually is a very important part as a soul of the city. I think we must have a city with a soul. We have a caring society, and everyone working together, in harmony, in unity, and there's a safe city. This is what I feel that Miri is indeed a great place, and with caring people, caring society, and with I think everyone working very closely together, and that has been one of the factors that enable the success of Miri City. Miri is a fine example where you can really see the religious harmony. You have a mosque in Lutong, we have a church by the side of it. They have been in coexistence for more than a few decades, and they work so closely together. They share the car park, and I could still remember the occasion where I went to the mosque, and the committee requested me to help to repair the fence, build the fence, because the fencing is just next to the church, the common fencing. So the committee brought me to the section of fence just next to the church. I wondered why they want to show me. So when they brought me there, they requested me. They said, please open the gate here. For the convenience of our friends from the church, so that it's very convenient for them to walk from the church to the car park. Otherwise, they have to go through the main gate, which is quite a distance. So there's a request from the mosque committee. So that really shows, how harmonious, our society is. We have a project just started, launched by our premier recently. Is a new 500 megawatts power generation, which is a combined cycle gas turbine. It's using a new technology where you're using gas and also it will combine with hydrogen. And this is under construction at the moment.
Where would that be?
Yeah, the Lutong. The Lutong. It's already ongoing. Our Sarawak government now has approved a project for the short-term expansion of the ICQ at Sungai Tujuh. Yeah, because at present moment we have been facing this serious congestion, traffic congestion there, especially during weekend and public holidays. So our premier also went to look at the situation at Sungai Tujuh himself, and he then approved sum of 4 million ringgit to extend the ICQ at Sungai Tujuh. The project is already ongoing, just started this month. It's scheduled to be completed by end of December. So hopefully after this completion, this serious traffic congestion could be resolved, if not reduced drastically. In the near future, we like to appeal to the federal government to upgrade the ICQ at Sungai Tujuh, so that travelers between Brunei and Sarawak here, they can enjoy seamless travel. Not only in terms of the building, but also I think there's a need also to use AI, and maybe your electronic pass, so that we can make the travel between our neighbors Brunei and Miri seamless. It's a two-way traffic, because a lot of our people here, they also go to Brunei, and also a lot of Sarawakians will go through Brunei, going to Limbang, Lawas, and some going to Sabah. Yeah. So it's served both, both countries. So with all this in place, and of course with more to come, Miri has a great future.
Yes.
There's a lot of potentials for Miri to grow, and we hope that we'll be able to attract more foreign investment to Miri with our deep sea port development, free trade zone, and with to ensure we have sufficient power supply. So I hope we'll be able to attract a lot of investments to Sarawak. Would like to call on all my beloved Mirians, let us continue to work closely together, and let us work hard so that we can achieve the greater Miri plan and make Miri a livable city, and a green city, and where everybody would like to come here to relax and enjoy themselves. And of course, and at the same time, we're able to achieve what our Sarawak government under our post-COVID-19 strategic plan is to elevate Sarawak towards a high-income status by 2030. So we put our heart and minds together, work closely together, focus on our progress, development, unity of people, harmony. We have a very cohesive society. I'm sure we will be able to achieve that, and that will benefit everyone. So to all my beloved Mirians, thank you once again for all your support all these years to me as your elected representative for the last 6 terms. And I look forward to work closely with all of you, because there are still other plans that I have in mind that we can implement together in the next 5 years. Thank you.